Online class nowadays always be used by students. This is because due to the current situation which is forcing us to use this platform to continue an education for university students. Online classes are quite challenging because there are many circumstances when we get involved in technology. Online classes have a pros and cons of students' academic performance.
Right. Now, history of online classes. Though it may seem that online education had its beginning in the late years 90s, the concept of distance learning first came into practice in the mid-19th century when the US Postal Service was developed. The notion of reliable, long-distance correspondence led to the development and implementation of what were called commercial correspondence college, where instructional missives would be distributed through the postal service between students and professors. Today, at-distance education programs have become more sophisticated and accessible due to the proliferation of the web and digital technology. Elite institutions around the world now offer open courseware, online degrees, and online classes that are both legitimizing and popularizing the idea of education from a computer.
Then the negative impacts of online classes, we have 4 points. The negative impacts of online classes are seen in the technicality of the actual use of it. These impacts include how technology is not always efficient. It is harder for students to grasp concepts being taught along classes. Online classes can cause a sense of isolation. Online classes are prone to technical issues, and online classes means more on screen time. For the first point is technology is not always efficient. Technology is not always efficient and can cause major disruptions to classes. Online learning requires students to have high-speed internet at their home, which can cause complications if it is not available. A student's Wi-Fi could shut down unexpectedly and not allow them to turn in an assignment on time, or it might not allow them to attend class and miss instruction. Then the next point is students have trouble grasping concepts that are taught through online school because they have online distractions that take their focus away from their education. Students can become distracted a lot easier when not in a school environment in front of other students and teachers, which causes them to not be able to grasp concepts being taught as well as if they were in a person. And it is also can take their focus away from their education. The next point is lack of social interaction. Due to the lack of social interactions, online school can cause students and faculty to experience social isolation. Everyone learns in their own manner. Some students possess the ability to work independently, while others find comfort in their community on campus with easy and access to professors of their fellow students. Online education must support the social aspect of learning to match the effectiveness of traditional classes. Then for the last point is online classes more on screen time. Excessive screen time can lead to all sorts of physical ailments like proposure or headache, and the average each person spends 3 hours on social media each day. But it can also be a personal issue to students who struggle with learning from or focusing on screens.
Next, we continue to positive impact of online classes on university students' academic performance. Okay, first, students can learn anytime. Students get the opportunity to repeat the video recordings of their classes and the materials used in lessons anytime they need. They can also adjust their learning speed according to their current abilities. Besides, online classes are more affordable. The major advantage of online class center around the tremendous amount of savings for the learning institution, which no longer has to rely on reserving a physical location to teach course. This ultimately translates into more cost-effective class for the student. Then, it also encourages students to learn independently. Without continuous supervision from the teacher, students have the independence to carry out activities useful for their learning process like taking note, practicing, repeating the material given, and reading more. Thus, it will hone their skills in studying properly with a good academic performance.
Online classes have many impacts to university students' academic performance, which is advantage and disadvantage. All people should support students in this situation, no matter in any aspects, and make them get used to this condition. With the help of technological advances nowadays, it shows they didn't have many problems to study because we can search any information that relate to their studies. Students must maintain their encouragement in study even if they could not study in the same condition before this all happened.